He's a kid with a special character, very humble, aggressive in a positive way, brave. He's a special kid. These are the words by Jose Mourinho praising Scott McTominay after the 3-1 defeat to West Ham during the 1920 season. The Scottish big man with the recent Man United under Erik ten Hag has seen some minor positive and major negative progress. Besides, McTominay also had a weird rollercoaster ride for 2 weeks, coming from scoring 4 goals in the span of 2 matches in the Euro qualification match. 2 of them were against the Euro powerhouse Spain national team. This unbelievable performance held by football fans questioning whether McTominay should play up front as a forward, and some Twitter users found the footage of him playing as a forward during the youth academy. However, when returning to the club football, with a 4-match ban of the Man United midfield core Casemiro, McTominay will be seeing more playing time, and when playing against Newcastle, he absolutely plummeted the performance, hence had many people questioning Erik ten Hag's decision. Erik ten Hag goes so as far to play McTominay at the camp spot to test out but end up horribly. Then when McTominay moved back to his original CM or central midfielder position with no positive effect happened as well. What happened to you, mate? What happened? What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Marvin, codename CM. Welcome to the Code United channel once again. Clumsy, hide and seek, passion merchant were the description by Man United fans for Scott McTominay as a footballer, and on the pitch, Scott McTominay consistently fit this description, even with the brilliance of Erik ten Hag that actually managed to help Aaron Wan-Bissaka to have his resurgence in a Man United career, while McTominay during the previous couple seasons combined with Fred had seen many negative comments, while in an Erik ten Hag era, Fred had become a key player while McTominay remains the same. Adding the salt to injury that Scott McTominay not just did not see any significant improvement but rather had been called to be sold at the end of the season. The arrival of Casemiro basically showed the miles difference in terms of quality, had highlighted the importance of a quality central defensive midfielder. But during the international break, McTominay had brought an explosive performance and showcased his goal scoring prowess, especially the late run into the box ability. And also, with multiple sources actually illustrated that McTominay went through youth academy as a central forward, then moved to a central midfielder due to his physical attribute. Then that begs the question, was McTominay actually misused at midfielder, and could he perform better at the front line or the central forward position? In this video, we will be looking into the stats and playstyle of Scott McTominay. Also, is he misused or a misunderstood player in the Man United shirt? As per usual, do please subscribe to this channel if you enjoy this kind of content, as each of your subscription will be a motivation for me to upload new content, and ring the notification bell for every new upload. Let's cut to the chase, and here we go. Starting off with his short story, Scott McTominay, a 26-year-old, 27 this year, playing for none other than Man United, came through the Man United academy, then break through to the first team at the 16-17 season under Jose Mourinho. McTominay made his official debut appear as a sub against Arsenal before made his appearance as a starter against Swansea City in the final Premier League match. The next season, 17-18 season, McTominay became more of a regular in the squad, although he is also known to be a byproduct that shone between the high-profile controversy clashes between Paul Pogba and Jose Mourinho. As we all know that Jose Mourinho is an excellent football tactician but had a notoriously nasty personality, while Pogba is a highly rated in terms of skill midfielder but rather have a playful threats with clashes consistently with the Portuguese special one demanding approaching management. And Mourinho viewed McTominay hardworking, great 6'4" physical profile and great executioner of game plan, saw his playing time gradually increase, resulted accumulate 27 appearances during the 17-18 season. While Mourinho did make some success in Man United by winning the League Cup and the Europa League during the 17-18 season, his creation of a toxic environment in the club had been too much to handle, led to the appointment of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Under Ole management, McTominay maintained his playtime and had become one of the key players under the former Moldy manager, together with his partner in crime, Fred, with doubted as McFred. Furthermore, during that period between 2019 to 2022, McTominay had been acquired constant appearance to decent effect, with a total appearing in more than 35 matches in the span of these few years. Unfortunately, during the final season under Ole, and with the interim manager at that time Rolf Rangnick, had brought out the downside of McTominay. as during that span McFred became the norm of Man United dysfunctional era, as both Fred and McTominay proved not in the same quality compared to other top flight clubs. Fred and McTominay both have their fair share of great quality, but their inability to play the line-breaking passing resulted Man United struggle to play against low blocks teams. The introduction of Eric Ten Hag did eventually have McTominay saw some light, with initially starting over the 5-time Champions League winner Casemiro, but after the Man City game, McTominay did not came close to sniff the starting spot unless Casemiro is not available, in which actually happened in recent matches, with Casemiro 2 red cards missed a total of 7 matches. Scott McTominay was doubtfully tasked to play at the position, but Casemiro's absence in fact were highly significant. Let's discuss Scott McTominay playstyle and the FB report stats. Scott McTominay played mostly as a central midfielder or the central defensive midfielder. To be honest, his FB report stats reflect him as an abysmal midfield player. A lot of it attribute to be a decent midfielder is just not there. His both progressive passing and carries were very bad, sitting at 9th percentile for progressive passing and 34th percentile in the progressive carries. And dig slightly deeper into passing, his passing set did remind me of a score that would make my parents disown me. This lack of passing attribute had often been berated by Man United fans, as he was either too cautious or did not possess the forward passing, thus causes Man United ball progression to stagnate. In addition, as a CDM, McTominay usually we call did not have the positional sense for him to receive the ball or likes to stand behind the opponent striker, resulting Man United defender unable to build out the play from the back. Best example when playing against Newcastle, playing as a CDM, McTominay should move closer to the penalty box and demand Varane to pass the ball to him before taking it to a half turn and getting his team up to the pitch with a pass. Instead, Varane got pressed by Isaac, causes a deflection, and Newcastle regained the possession and scored a goal later in that minute. For the other side of things, McTominay still contains some positive aspect of his game. One of them was his defensive side of the ball, as his aggressive nature when it comes to tackling or defensive take-on had a huge advantage. And McTominay's defensive stats shows up to 58.6% of dribblers tackle, highlighted his willingness to get dirty on defense. The other thing that McTominay excelled was in aerial duels won. He has won 62% of his aerial duels, sitting at 89th percentile due to this amazing height for a midfielder standing at 6'4". With this defensive attribute, made McTominay can be a great ball-winning midfielder like Casemiro or Fabinho. However, what separates them is compared to those world-class CDM, McTominay's defensive action was more ball-attracted and had the lack of the sense for other off-ball defending, as Casemiro or Fabinho would make reads in the game and make quick action earlier rather than follow the ball movement. As for shooting, it's something that's surprising and underrated at some point. He had quite a decent shooting process, with having 99th percentile on 52.9% shot on target shows McTominay had better shooting boot in the game. Besides that, his late run to the box for a cutback shot got overlooked that his 2 goals against Spain was the evidence. Don't forget, another of his highlight in this season is his last minute goal against Omonia in the Europa League, and another amazing goal was a 40-yard goal against Man City. It's also a beauty on his own. Although McTominay had great shooting process, great height, and aggressive nature, making on paper a great centre forward, but his lack of inch pace, positional sense, and ball control do not favour him that way. Overall, Scott McTominay contains many physical attributes that are capable to make him a great midfielder. Unfortunately, his lack of technical aspect and on-pitch sense combined with he was promoted at a dysfunctional period whereby Man United lack of top-level coaching hurt his progression as a player. In the meantime, although Eric Ten Hag earlier this season favoured him with Eriksen, but as per right now completely let go, and even when playing he did not perform very well. Lastly, McTominay is no longer a young talent to be developed and proved time to time he did not have a great improvement in his game. I may suggest that he would need a completely new scene to move on, and maybe, who knows, he can find a consistent starting spot on other clubs in the near future. That's the end of the video. What do you guys think? Do you still see Scott McTominay able to play in a United shirt? Comment down below so that we can have a discussion. Hope you all enjoyed this video. I will see you all in the next one.